I want to hear more about your personal decision to move. What made you decide that it was time to relocate?
Yeah, thanks so much, Alicia, for having me and for bringing light to this issue. You know, the decision that my family made to leave Tennessee was a really hard decision for us. We loved the community that we were in. I moved back to the Southeast where I had done my training in order to be in that space and provide care to those patients who had trained me and to provide support to the community providers who are doing amazing work, providing care to patients in more rural spaces. So ultimately, we decided to make the move to Colorado when it became abundantly clear that I could lose my entire livelihood if I stayed. And at some point, my life was going to be pitted against the life of a patient. And that was an untenable situation for me.
That is just heartbreaking to hear. For those of us who are not intimately familiar with the work that you do, paint a picture for us. What was it? Because I hear often from providers, right, that their concern is that they will be in a moment where they need to be making a life or death choice for a patient. And instead of being focused on their medical training and on their patient, they're going to be on the phone with the legal department trying to suss out whether or not what is needed to do falls within the gray area of the law. So what was it that you anticipated was going to happen in your care?
So I think some of the background that's important is the ban that went into effect in Tennessee was a complete ban with no exceptions, not even for maternal life. The only wiggle room that we had was something called an affirmative defense, which is still in place, which means if I performed a procedure to save someone's life, then I would be charged with a felony and have to prove in court that what I did was to save someone's life. So automatically providing life-saving care became something that put me at risk.
I go back to what you said about pitting your life against your patient's life, which is just not a fair or tenable position for anyone to put in. What does it mean then, though, for patients in states that now have these abortion bans, that doctors like you who specifically moved to those states to provide care are now in some cases feeling it is completely necessary to leave because you cannot provide the type of care that you want?
I really appreciate you bringing that up. You know, I think that's the most important part about this story is the people that are being left behind, the patients who need that care, who are still in these communities with doctors who are doing everything that they can to continue caring for them under these restrictions, knowing that they may lose a patient or that they may lose their livelihood. And that is just not the way that we are taught to do medicine. And we're taught to take care of people and to look at the situation from a clinical perspective, not to have a lawyer and a politician join us in our exam rooms. And that's really what's happening.